Welcome back to Mountain Connections, everyone. I got some rumbles in my tumbles because there are some delicious meatballs out on the cooking set right now. Two Sicilians in a kitchen, the inaugural episode happening right now. Joining me in the kitchen is Elyse Hirsch. Elyse, thank you for joining us.
Of course.
So this is a very fun recipe. We're making some Rogers side meatballs.
Right, yeah, my grandma's meatball recipe.
Yes.
That we made a few modifications to that we'll talk about.
Yeah, so the backstory behind this is one Valentine's Day, actually it was just a couple months ago, I was like, I need to cook for a girl, and Elyse is like, make meatballs, and I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna throw some meat together and, you know, cup it and we're good, and she's like,
I was horrified.
yeah.
That is not how you make meatballs.
Yeah, like it was scary, like Italian grandma coming at me. And so Elyse is like, I have a meatball recipe that you can make that's very easy to make. And it is very easy to make, although I'm still single, so I don't know how well I made it.
It's not my fault?
No, it's not Elise's fault at all.
It's not the meatball's fault.
No, it's not the meatball. That's literally Jacobellis' fault right there. Elyse, how easy is this recipe? Because if someone who thought you didn't need breadcrumbs for a meatball recipe, this was a new learning experience, and I managed it.
Super easy, and so my grandma used to make this just by taste.
Yeah.
Like a good Italian woman, she just do it by sight, by taste. My sister sat down with her, measured everything out, so we have exact measurements, guaranteed to taste good, and we'll give you that recipe today. And then we made a few healthy modifications to it.
Yes.
Just a little bit lighter.
Okay.
Leaner. We're going to use ground turkey instead of ground beef.
Yes, I specifically actually used ground turkey when we began this, and actually it calls for milk, and I used soy milk because when you want binding agents, I found out you want protein, so soy has the most protein to compensate for
out of all the
dairy.
non-dairy.
Yeah, out of the non-dairy, soy has the most, so I used silk, and it worked fine. Like, you actually tasted my meatballs, and you were actually, wow, that's surprising.
But there's still tons of cheese in this recipe, so it's not non-dairy. He just happened to only have...
you don't skip out on the cheese. That's the one thing you don't skip out on.
That was my one rule.
Yeah.
I was like, change some things, that's fine, but...
Not the cheese.
Not the cheese.
And this is for 1 pound of ground turkey, so this is basically, if you go to any of your store and get like the basic ground turkey or ground beef, this is for the recipe. However, your grandma used to make it for 3 pounds.
Oh my gosh, yeah, this is scaled down to a third of her recipe, and it still makes probably at least 15, I mean, it depends how big you make meatballs, about like 15 to 20 meatballs.
And we also, you can fry it, you can bake it, depending on just what you want. So,
should we get started?
Let's get started.
Okay, so we're getting started with the dry ingredients. Okay. We're going to use just plain breadcrumbs. I think I told you if you wanted to be lazy, you could just get the Italian seasoned breadcrumbs, but we're Italian and we can season them ourselves. Plain breadcrumbs. All right.
How much are we putting in?
1 cup.
1 cup.
Do you want to do the honors?
For any of you who have been longtime viewers on Mountain Connections,
He messy.
I'm a messy boy. I am an absolute messy boy, so.
And kind of slow. 1 cup breadcrumbs.
Hey. And then you just pour it in. It's that easy.
That easy.
Oh, we got a nice. Hi, Cam. Okay.
And then this is the important part, the cheese.
Yes, and here's the thing. There is a very specific cheese that you have to use. If you don't use this, Elyse and her family will haunt you.
Yes, it is. You can find this here in Park City, though. So it's a Pecorino Romano cheese.
Okay.
I think it's better than Parmesan, much better. And the brand is Locatelli. It's just the best. It's just the best.
It's really good cheese. So don't skip out on that, which we aren't. How much of cheese do we have going in there?
1 cup. Equal amounts of breadcrumbs and cheese.
Are we sure that's 1 cup?
I measured it out.
I'm surprised.
Not going to waste any cheese.
No, I'm just surprised you didn't go more than 1 cup.
I mean, you can. And it'll taste. Yeah. If you're ever in doubt, just put more cheese and garlic in, always.
Yeah, totally. You can never go on. And I've actually put onion in here, and it worked out fine, too. You may have to cook a little bit longer or saute the onion before. You just want to make sure your onion is thoroughly cooked through, especially with someone who may get migraines.
This is true.
Yes.
Speaking of garlic, my family always used just the dry minced garlic.
Okay.
It's in the pantry. It's easy. You don't have to chop it.
How much are we going to add there?
I was going to put way too much in. It is a teaspoon.
You can't ever put too much.
It would have been delicious. It would have been delicious.
Yeah.
It is a teaspoon.
And here's the thing too. You can make these meatballs, as you see right here, with some spaghetto. I made my meatballs big enough to where it was just the meatballs and the sauce, and that was the meal in itself, and it was really good. So you kind of can make how big you want them when you do the whole cupping process. Whether you want to serve them with spaghetti or whether you just want meatballs in and themselves to be the meal.
Dried parsley, also about
Okay.
a teaspoon. I like extra parsley.
Now here's the thing, you can skip out on the parsley if you do seasoned breadcrumbs, but we're just doing
good.
plain. I don't know. I did seasoned breadcrumbs and you said it was pretty good.
Okay, fine. So, all right, so we got the dry ingredients. We
Okay.
also want to do about a teaspoon of salt now. You can add more later. The cheese
Okay.
is salty too, though. So,
Yes.
So,
You're not skipping out on salt on this.
yeah. It's a big batch, though.
Yes, it is a big batch. Like this will fill you for a couple days. Like this is like a family meal going on right now.
And about a teaspoon or so of pepper as well. It's about like 10 turns.
Or you can just keep going on the pepper. But yeah, so with this recipe, like if I make it just by myself and my 2 cats, they don't get any because I'm selfish like that. But basically, this is one of my meal preps, and I'll have this for a couple days. So
And they freeze really well.
they freeze very well,
Yeah.
and it's super easy to make, so you can make a ton of them as well. So you were mixing them together.
All the dry ingredients.
Okay, so that's something I didn't do. I would just throw them all in the meat and then mix together with the meat.
That's fine too.
Okay.
It worked.
It works, yeah, it works. And again, basically, if you have the recipe, you can just go off the recipe and kind of mix them however you want. So we have all the dry ingredients. What's next?
This is a good time to taste it too, to make sure it's seasoned before we put the meat in and the eggs.
Okay.
You know, if you want to. I know that it's my grandma's recipe. I
Okay.
trust that it's okay. But if you're like, oh, I think I might want more garlic, this is a good time to give it a taste.
Yeah, because you really can't taste when you have the raw meat in there. You could, but I don't think you want to.
Honestly, that's what we always did growing up. And
Hey, what doesn't kill you makes you
hey,
stronger.
I'm
right?
still here. We're fine.
Yes.
But this is the
Yeah.
better way, the
Okay.
safer way.
So now here's the thing. Eggs are for the binding agent as well. You have 2 eggs. I've only done 1 egg in the past.
Did you not follow my recipe?
Do I ever listen to you?
Did I?
Maybe this is why I'm still single.
Did I not follow my recipe? I could be wrong.
Anyways,
We'll see.
yeah, you can do 1, 2 eggs. We'll see. So we're just gonna throw that in there.
Perfect.
And again, that's for binding agent. Now we throw in the milk.
It's a 1/3 cup milk.
1/3 cup milk. Okay.
And
And again, I use silk for this, soy milk. So if you don't want to use milk in itself, I know, like, I just don't like the taste of the milk. I'd rather have silk in itself.
like whatever you
So,
have on hand.
Yeah, whatever
already.
you have on hand.
All right.
then-
And then the protein.
Okay.
We'll put that ground turkey in there.
Okay.
I did a turkey with a little bit more fat.
Okay. I go leaner because I'm a lean, mean finding machine. All right. So now that this is all in together, we mix it. However, we are going to do that when we come back. We have to take a commercial break, and when we come back, I get to make a mess out of this concoction right
Get
now.
your hands dirty.
We're gonna get dirty here on Mount Connections. 2 Sicilians in the kitchen. We'll return shortly. Welcome back to 2 Sicilians in the kitchen. We are making some Hirsch Rogers family meatballs.
Rhea.
Yeah, Rhea.
It's fine. My whole
Maiden
family's
names. It's the
meatballs.
whole
It's fine.
anyways,
it's
yeah.
Park City's meatballs now.
Maybe Sicilians don't really share too much. Anyways, so we have all our dry ingredients in the bowl right now. We have the turkey in the bowl, and also we found out during break, I fact checked, 1 egg per 1 pound of beef. So
I was wrong.
Elyse was wrong. The apprentice has surpassed the teacher. I am now the sensei. I am now the senpai.
Extra protein. It'll still be delicious.
It'll be great. So now we mix, and this is my fun part. We have no rings, no watches, and we just.
The best way to do it is to
You just
dig
go
in with your hands
in.
and just knead it like you're kneading.
Yeah, I have
some,
2
like, bread
cats.
dough.
I have 2 cats, so I'm really good at kneading. This is the Gandalf specialty, where you just kind of knead this way, where you just go 1 at a time. The Sauron is you just kind of twist and turn. Those are my cats' names, if you couldn't tell. Yeah, so this is how you just mix your meatballs together. This is an exceptionally fun part. I've learned that you should also make sure you tell people not to call you while you're in the middle of kneading your meatballs together. Thanks, Mama Jacobellis. Because
Maybe she
then
had a tip.
she
Maybe
knew.
was like,
She
"You're
knew.
doing
She's
it
like, my
wrong."
son's cooking. What is going on?
So I've got some oil heating up here on the stove too. So we're using, usually my family would use like a high heat oil, vegetable oil,
Yeah.
like a canola oil. I like coconut or avocado oil, just
Yes.
a little bit healthier. It's still perfect for high heat. You can still fry with it. And this is a refined coconut oil, so it's not going to taste like coconut, and avocado tastes like nothing.
Yeah,
as well.
and again, that's the whole thing too. If you are going to fry it,
Start.
you can bake.
Mm,
All right, Elise's, how is it? And you want to get to kind of a dough consistency.
Yeah, it feels like I
Yeah.
put too much egg in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get the
see.
cat kneading going on to get that egg really
Nice.
mixed
We
in
could
there.
put some more breadcrumbs. Let's just not ruin it more. It's fine. Let's just go. Let's just
You
try.
can't ruin it. You can't ruin it.
All right, so the oil should be really hot. It should be about, this is not my stove, so about medium high. You don't want it to burn on the outside
Wait,
first.
this isn't yours?
This is
your
I
stove?
wheeled it from
Where
home.
are we right now?
Ah.
Okay.
So yeah, it's on about medium high. You
Okay.
don't want it to burn on the outside and stay raw on the inside. So you want it to be hot enough to
you
like
just
sizzle.
described me. Burnt on the outside, raw on the inside.
So you want it to sizzle when it hits the pan. It feels like it might be too hot. Let's see.
Okay. All right.
It's sizzling.
It's sizzling.
Looking good.
So as I said, when you make the meatballs, you can kind of make your own. I have made them like big before.
That's horrible.
Why is it horrible?
How it's gonna be raw on the inside when you fry that guy.
All right, we're gonna get a little bit smaller since someone messed up their own recipe. So we're gonna make a little bit smaller meatballs. This is fun. If you have kids, I highly recommend having your kids do this, and you literally just roll it. You just roll it. It's that fun. Are we just gonna throw them in?
Let's throw them in.
Throw them in.
You really just want it to get a nice, it's about, I was timing it the other day, it's about 3 minutes per side, like maybe 3, I mean, they're not sides, they're round, but like flip it like 3 times. And it should be good. You want a nice golden crust. If you're gonna be cooking it in a sauce afterwards,
Okay.
you want it to be like a nice crust.
What would
So
be
it'll-
a good sauce for this?
I mean, our family always did a really like heavy, they called it a gravy, like a really thick red sauce.
Yeah.
I just did a light marinara sauce.
Okay.
I mean, any sauce.
Because I did, because I have
totally
done a white cheddar Alfredo sauce before, and it actually worked out pretty well too. So yeah, this is a fun part for me because
You can see they're already nice and golden brown on one side.
man, oh man, yeah, they're already cooking. And again, this is super easy, super fast. You can make this for yourself. You can make this for family. If you're on date night, you can make this. Although I've had no success from it. I think that's
Conrad
more
has to
than me.
freeze them all.
Yeah.
That's enough. That's enough. Stop.
That's
Get
enough?
away from my stove. You're crowding the pan.
Okay.
Sorry, I become a feisty Italian when I'm in.
Two
when I'm
Sicilians
in
in
the
a kitchen. You never know what's going to happen. So, I have done the frying in the past, and I did find one issue I had.
It's messy.
Probably because I crowded the pan. Is I had issues getting it cooked evenly, to where the middle was having issues. So you can bake. I bake it about 410, 405 for about 20, 30 minutes, and it seems to work out great. And again, if you want to add more in here, like I've added onion in before, what do you think is the best frying or baking for that?
I mean, I think it's about even, especially if you pre-cook the onion and ingredients first. I did it side by side the other day. I fried half, baked half, and couldn't tell the difference. Like, I mean, it was a little bit drier, but if you're putting sauce on it after, if you're baking it, it's a little bit drier.
Yeah.
But if you're putting sauce on it anyway, I think it's fine. It's faster for sure.
Do you
Like
find,
if you do them all at once.
Do you find that depending on what meat you have, it's faster one way or the other? Because again, we are using turkey, which I think maybe some Sicilians would get mad at us for using turkey and not beef.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My husband was like, "Why would you change this recipe? It is perfect
Oh
as
no!
is."
Yeah, you
scolded me.
you FaceTimed your mom and your sister and told them that I made it and changed it up, and they even yelled at me. Like, this is like a sacred recipe.
It is. My grandma probably wouldn't approve, but the flavor is still there, and it's
The flavor's still there.
Yeah, and it's nice having a leaner meat. I think ultimately you want to make sure both are cooked through. So I don't know if the time
100%.
really is affected. But you can see them having a nice.
I mean, yeah,
about halfway.
They're already pretty golden brown right now
Yeah.
as we've been going. And again, this you can make the meatballs as big as you want. You can make them as small as you want. Do you normally serve yours with pasta or spaghetti?
Yeah, we did
Okay.
meatball subs last night though. Some nice mozzarella melted on top.
And that's the thing too. Like, you can put these in a sandwich. You can just have them on their own. This is so versatile, and again, it's super easy. And let's be honest, Italian cuisine is not exactly quote unquote the healthiest cuisine, but this is probably one of the healthier recipes, I would say.
We helped it a little bit. We made
did.
some changes.
Yes, I would say the biggest change you can make is probably the cheese.
No, you
No,
can never.
no, you can't. You can't change the cheese. You have to make it locatelli cheese.
Yeah. You can call it something else if you don't add cheese. You can't call it Elyse's Meatballs.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
That's the one thing you can't. All right. So, Elyse, how's it going over there?
We're good. We're probably about a minute away.
All right.
I raised the heat a little bit. But I mean, if you want to, you can go ahead and taste. I made some the other night. You could see how they compare to yours. We have some ready with pasta over there. Or you can wait for these. I like Italian food for breakfast.
I mean, yeah, no, I mean, I love Italian food for breakfast too. Get those carbs in early. We actually have to take a break here on Mountain Connections, 2 Sicilians in a kitchen. But when we come back, we're going to be taste testing the final product. We are closing out 2 Sicilians in a kitchen with the taste test of the meatballs. Elyse,
these are still,
they're still
coming
cooking.
along. You can see how dark they are. That's closer to where they need to be.
So this is gonna be awkward. Can you feed me some of the meatballs that you made? I got turkey all over me and it's in my ear.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay, let's see.
This is the taste test to see how it goes.
Oh, hold on, let me put it. They're round. They're hard to.
They're hard to cut. Those sides,
Oh
those sides on a round object are difficult. Nope. 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 We got it. We got it. We got it. It's easy.
We got it.
Using
we got
a spoon on spaghetti. All right.
You're only gonna get the meatball.
Mm.
What do we think? How does it compare?
Yours is good.
How does it compare?
Mine is the best because it's made for me, and I'm just proud that I can make something
The right
in the
amount
kitchen.
of eggs.
Right amount of eggs. No, it's actually really good. It's really simple. Unfortunately, I mean, how can people find the recipe? Are we going to put it on the website? Hopefully.
We should.
Yeah, email Conrad at parkcity.tv and we'll send you the recipe again. Super easy to make these meatballs. You can make them for yourself, make them for family, make them on a date. It's going to work out great.